gave up.
You gave up talking? No. You may have. Oh, no.
There it is. Tell him to unmute his mic and say something. You unmute him.
I'm trying.
There you go.
There he is. Try now, Tim.
I continue to talk to you guys. My mute is off, but I don't know why it's not working.
Here you go. It's just this, you have to turn on the camera.
Yeah, we could hear him. We can't, he's all broken up.
Well, that would be our connection. This never happened to us before.
Oh. Okay.
Uh,
Oh, moving on. Okay. Advertising. I've spoken, Diane Hansel and I have met from 96.3, and she has given us a media guide, which I think is pretty good. Includes 15 commercials for the event, 10 no-charge commercials to run the weekend of the event, 30 live promotional announcements highlighting the event, event listing on their website, ads, including 2 Light 96.3 e-newsletters about the event coming out, Facebook posts, and on Lisa's Fun blog. We will, in return, it'll be the total media value of $2,800, which we will pay $500 for. So I think what she and I worked out was pretty reasonable as far as, and then they are our exclusive radio advertiser. So if everybody is okay with that, we're going to proceed with the radio advertising. We also discussed doing a newspaper ad, and I know in the past we have always done a thank you ad, as well as, getting the Harbor Light newspaper to write a piece about the upcoming Ice Fest. I didn't know if we wanted to do an ad, letting people know that when it was going to be happening, perhaps the week before. These are the prices that Michelle has given me as far for.
I think an ad is important.
That's where we're at. I'm also going to be reaching out to, Michigan on the Road, the Michigan in the Morning group, the girls that come. So I don't know. I know in the past they highlighted some of the sculptures and the businesses. And of course, you all know that that's a very early morning start. I think they'd probably be willing to do it again if anybody is willing to be out there at 5 in the morning. So to read them.
I nominate Tim.
Is that why we have a student rep?
Yeah. Right.
That's the intern.
Yeah. So that shows us where we are in our budget on the Ice Fest. So we did receive the $2,000 sponsorship from the Petoskey Area Visitors Bureau.
Oh, good.
And with our Blizzard sponsors coming in at $4,500, the Snowflake sponsors which I've estimated, these are not hard numbers right now, is 30 Snowflake sponsors, being $12,750. Now, I have not adjusted that just to the newer increase that I just got as far as, the Snowball sponsors. Our expenses be for 30 sculptures, $6,750. Our expenses for the Ice Throne Blizzard sponsors, $3,600, $1,800 for their travel expenses, put in $800 for the $500 for the advertising for the radio station, and then another $300 in print advertising. The hotel has generously been donated by staffers, and then a new banner is being made for $304. That leaves us with a income of $5,996. And I do think I did leave this blank as far as a DDA sculpture or activity. And I would suggest you guys discuss whether I would recommend that perhaps we need to add that.
Well, we can talk Monday in the promotions maybe.
I don't know how the board feels. Or adding
Any comments
Did
about
we do
that?
that last year?
Yes.
a.
We've always sponsored something. and
But
done something.
we also had more of the pre-card spot.
Yeah, it's 30. How many was it last year?
44.
We had just under 45.
Okay, so
But-
it's down a lot.
It is, but we do have larger sponsors. We're not making as much money on those larger sponsorships because there's more of a markup between those, but we are getting those larger sponsorships in there.
Do you remember how much we made last year, Margaret?
It was just right about 5,000 at the exact same thing too. There are some-
Why do you think the membership's down or the participation's down? Is it because the increased price or just no reason, don't know why?
I think there are a few people with the increased price, but I don't know whether it's just a different year again. Some of the people that committed that the last few years and sponsored just said no for whatever reason this year.
How do you get your sponsorships? How do you reach out to the businesses?
Yeah.
Because I never got reached out to, so,
Oh, you didn't?
no.
Oh, well.
So just like, I mean, I don't know if it was some new businesses that didn't get reached out to or people who weren't, we talked about people who weren't here over the winter or
I
something
think
like
I
that.
thought I got you an email packet, but I will get you one.
Yeah, I didn't see anything come across.
Okay.
Forward that to you right now.
Perfect.
Yeah, we talked to all the
Perfect.
businesses and some are still coming in. I mean, we're still hearing
We
from
are.
people. So there have been some responses, but I'm hearing the same thing. Some it's like I'm doing something different or I'm not going to be open that month, that type of thing. So that's what I'm hearing. So are people like, great program, wonderful, just can't do it this year, ask me again next year. So
I've heard quite a few of that, and I think there were 2 people that we didn't ask to be sponsors because they never paid from last year, so,
That was just one.
oh, just one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And, but there are some interesting things, and I know we went through the packet that if the DDA were interested in doing, say, a larger live demo, or even something like one of the interactive games, I think after discussion, we felt like since the interactive games were done in their own family group, that it wasn't a large, gathering of people that people felt comfortable being able to do, like, so I know that Festivals Look in the bookstore are gonna go in together and do the ice cornhole.
Well, if we stick to the budget that we have,
Yeah.
we could certainly do something like the tic-tac-toe as a DDA. What do you all think?
Sorry, what was that?
I just said, if we're good with our budget, and that's pretty much right on, we could do something like the tic-tac-toe that would be interactive for people.
That's exactly my suggestion.
Was it?
Yeah, if you can get something that would work within, instead of that 5,000 and then have it be interactive, I think that'd be a win.
But then we're going against a little bit of what the promotions committee, or really the ice festival committee, we tried to stay away from lots of interaction, because of, obviously.
well, we want to stay away from large groups gathering together to watch something. But I think the interaction, if a tic-tac-toe game or a ring toss is going to be, or cornhole, it's going to be individual, families or
Yeah.
groups together.
Small
It's
groups.
going to be small groups
Yeah.
that already know each other interacting together. And all those displays will be well spread out in the park. So I think we're still fine with doing
Yeah.
those kind of interactions. But I agree with Josh as well that
I agree with that.
just if you all will agree to the amount, then the promotions committee can decide exactly what to pick on Monday, and you can trust our judgment that we'll do something that's appropriate.
And actually, if it helps, I will, we'll cover an ad for the paper.
Thank you.
Oh,
Wow.
thank you.
Yay.
Thank you, Josh. And I would agree with Josh. If we can stick to that $5,000 now, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you did, you're perfect now.
I was
Well-
zooming through my office, from my house to my office to you. And I cut out my office and went from my house to you guys. So I agree with Josh. If we can stay around that $5,000 mark in the budget, that gives us whatever that was, $900 or whatever. And then I agree that the small groups with whatever the promotion committee decides, I would support that as well.
Cool.
Great.
And we're gonna, when we get the banner, did we do the banner for the second weekend in?
Yes, yes,
we
it
can
is a general
utilize
banner,
this.
not a very specific banner. I don't know if you saw the Winterfest banner. Very general, just second week.
Is that up and I missed it?
It was last weekend when the
Oh.
Still up.
Winterfest, you were gone.
Up this morning.
Oh, is it still up?
Thought it was up this
Okay.
morning.
Okay. So that's, thank you. Okay.
Margot, I do have to get going.
Okay.
Got that pre-scheduled meeting. Is there anything that you want to address with me, discuss on that project?
Yes, so I will cover that now. I wanted to
Okay.
bring an update of, are we done on Ice Fest?
You need anything from us?
As far as, I'm trying to think, I mean, we may need some help from DPW. We've eliminated the bonfires, so I don't think we're gonna need, your officers to.
Something comes up, something,
Okay, thank you.
because I gotta go.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle. I'm gonna move into the director's update down at B on the downtown projects, just because I know Rocky needs to leave. Rocky, I described to him when we met the Merchants Walkway project that we're thinking about. And he has very generously offered to donate the destruction and I guess.
Demolition, not destruction.
Demolition and putting that patio plaza in through his company at, with just the cost of trucking and so you can describe what, I'll let you.
Basically, I want to look at the project first before I make a full commitment. And what I can do is I can come up with a safety plan for it. All projects require safety plans. I come up with a work plan as well. So what we're going to offer is we'll bring our equipment, our heavy equipment or whatever is needed. Skid steers, manpower to do the demolition, create the site, fence it in. That's kind of what I'm looking at. So that's all donated. I think the only thing we needed was trucking for disposal. That's about it. But I believe you said it was
And
20 grand and
Yeah.
we said maybe we can lower the cost to about $2,000 if possible.
Wow.
Wow.
And that,
Sold.
well, that service should always be there. So if you have any projects and you need us, we just need to put on a schedule because we're really busy and make sure it comes to fruition when the time comes. And I'm sure you want it done before summer or late spring.
yes.
Okay.
I've also spoken with John Cups because he, had been a part of coming up with the quote and the plan. And he said, upon hearing Rocky's donation, that he would be willing to donate his dumpster and remove it all for free as well. And then he's working at getting me a quote on repairing just the brick walkways and the retaining wall for the gardens. And then he said he would also be able to do a 10% discount on materials for that. So we could really have that going.
That's really great.
Oh, thank you, Rocky.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk to Rocky about tree grades.
I I honestly, I seen them at the auction. And literally they were probably worth about 50,000. They went for $1,500. And I didn't know you guys needed them. I would have bought them. Yeah, one of the cities was getting rid of theirs, so all we had to do was clean them up and finish them up, but I do have to get going, but can we get a date when we can look at that?
Absolutely.
Give me a call.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, everybody, I really appreciate it.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, added value already.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you.
All really good news. I know I've talked to Victor and Nick about it and the mayor a little bit as far as what we would need, and it looks like it's something we could totally go ahead with, you know, I mean, he's licensed and insured and everything already on his own.
What's that company?
That's what I was gonna ask you.
I can't remember the name
Is
of
it
it
my note?
offhand, but it's a very large construction company. He usually has state and federal contracts.
Great. Wonderful.
Multifaceted individual.
Yay.
Yeah, yes.
Good choice.
So just to continue on with the director's update, we have started our student representative, and she couldn't be here today because she had a final, but on working on our social media. And this is something that we're hoping that all of our future student representatives will do as part of their role. And so she has been doing a really good job. We got her access to the Facebook. She's been, you know, taking pictures and looking online through Facebook and making that a part of her role, which is really helpful for me to not be scouring Facebook and trying to do that. And she's going to start trying to promote some of the businesses that don't really even have a social, you know, I know some of the businesses do a great job downtown with their social media, but she also wants to take pictures and do posts for those that don't necessarily do, you know, have much of a social media presence either.
And she could right now be posting the heck out of Ice Fest.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really, I think that's really important after that email we got from Diana yesterday.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason why, I mean, those pictures from last year,
Right.
that can't be, and the important thing is to be able to, like Diana said, we need to link back to the Petoskey area Visitors
Yes.
Bureau about rooms and that type of thing. That's where they want to see the connections and
Okay,
yeah.
so I'll
We
meet
should,
with Ella and we can talk about that.
yeah, just start blasting folks from pictures from last year and get people ready, so.
And also noting like Josh as the, you know, the print sponsorship
Yes.
and Boyne and any of the larger.
Yeah.
And then we could do a thank you later on for all the
Yeah,
individual.
It doesn't cost us a thing to do those, so yeah,
Right.
I mean, have a whole list of,
Do we have an event?
I don't know, could you do an event page on
Do we have an
Facebook?
event page?
On
For-
Facebook,
Yeah, for the,
we did,
So
but
Ice
I
Fest?
think not for this 2022, I don't think.
Yeah,
it's been
I would,
created yet,
yeah,
so we
if you
need
can get her
do
to
that.
blitz on all of that,
Yeah.
the sooner the better, that'd be great.
And so I know she's learning it, and I mean, but I think from what I understand, her mother is very, very, you know, active on social media, so it's also helping her try to, you know, to figure something, you know, learn.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So that's great. And then I'm also haven't had to, but I know one thing that Tim and I and Kathy and I talked about in December was starting to do a constant contact, you know, a newsletter type of thing from the downtown. So that is something that as we move forward, that I am working on. That's just in the works. And then the Downtown Light Project, I've been communicating with Dan Huey. The first set of globes that came in were not the correct globes. And it's just the same, you know, shipping delays as everything that, so we're waiting. So waiting till that comes in. And then, I did want to go over, asked just to go over real quickly. Our financial, but Rocky left, so that's okay. I mean, I think he and I talked about this. Just looking at where we're going, wanted just to go over this since it's 2022. Our recommended budget with TIF assessment of $43,000, our, assessment being $46,000, income, it says 12,000 in Ice Fest. It will probably be larger than that as far as our income. And then leaving us with an income of $101,850 for 2022. Then our wages and just a brief thing of our expenses totaling about $96,150. So with a surplus of almost 6,000, but that's not taking into account a larger amount for the Ice Fest coming in, and it does include the $25,000 for the lighting project this year. Compared to also, you add that in with our projected fund balance, which is here. You can see this is where our fund balance has been over the years. And we are now at a fund balance. We ended 2021 with a projected fund balance of $101,960. So, and then with our expenditures that we have planned for 2022, that would leave us ending 2022 with $107,660 fund balance. So we're right on track as far as
Great.
And this has been a lot better than we ever have been. I want to point that out with using Margot and the finance committee and the different things we're doing. And when Margot and I met, I thought it would be good just to make sure we just quickly touch on what we have in the coffer. So that way, as board members, we can decide, what we do have available to spend, or can we spend that? I thought it would be important as well.
Does the expenditures include in some part, the Merchants Walkway?
No.
Okay.
No, our expenditures for this year's program included in the downtown projects, it was for the lighting, and our initial plan had been to come out of some of our fund balance to do the Merchants Walkway, and we were right around $20,000 to $30,000 on that. But now it looks like we could dramatically reduce that even, so which would still leave our fund balance, in a much higher position.
That's all good news.
Great.
Yeah.
And as far as the lighting project, Margot, where do we stand with getting the globes replaced and the light bulbs replaced?
Oh, as I just said, you may have not heard that I had been talking with Dan Huey. He got a globe sent to him to verify, and it was not the correct globe. And so he's waiting for the new globes to come in, but it is one of those shipping delays at this point.
Okay. Thank you.
And as soon as those comes in and he can verify that they're the correct ones, he's ready to go to start this, start switching over as he has time in between his projects and have it done by the busy season.
And I have an email out to Franklin Energy, our new energy efficiency provider, to see if they can give us a discount on the lights, or they'll give us a rebate. So we'll hear back from them soon, I think.
Great, thanks.
Yep.
That's all I have.
Anybody have other business or any old business they'd like to bring up?
Does the DDA have an email list?
We do. Do you mean for businesses or do you mean just in general?
Just in general.
We have both. I have the emails and everything for the central business district, but as we've been gathering through our website, once we redid the website, people can subscribe. And so we do have an email list from that too.
Yeah, because that's, over the years, that's become our best advertising is direct emails to people that want to be on the list. So we can utilize that for Ice Fest. If we ever come up with another promotion.
That's a great point, Matt. On the website or Facebook page, is there a way people can input that want to have on a mailing list? Kind of like with the chamber, you can get on their mailing list if you want to.
Yes, Tim, on the website, that's the first pop-up. It says,
Great.
that's a great, yeah, that's, utilize that.
Anything else under other business, old business? Public comment from you two in the audience?
Onward and upwards, yay. So team,
Make a motion to adjourn?
so moved.
Anybody, any nays?
And here's the second.
All in favor?
Aye,
We're adjourned. Thank you.
thank you.
Really good.
Good, less than an hour.
Woo-hoo.